If he gets this, it's going to be crazy.
I like this. Oh, he got it.
So the NBA recently dropped an almost 2-hour video on their page titled "The Most Unforgettable NBA Dunk Contest of All Time." And I found myself reliving my childhood, watching Vince Carter casually doing a reverse windmill on his first attempt. And just listen, y'all, this had everybody going crazy.
Let's go home. Let's go home. Let's go home.
And then I remember watching Jason Richardson, Jay Rich, who pulled off an insane between the legs reverse from the baseline that had other players rushing and jumping on the court, losing their minds.
I've seen something I've never seen before. Oh my goodness, that's everything.
Then there's Gerald Green, Dwight Howard, and Nate Robinson, who were putting on an absolute show. These guys brought energy, creativity, and raw athleticism to the dunk contest. Performances like these are what made the contest legendary. So I started thinking about all the what ifs. Like, what if Russell Westbrook or D Rose had participated? Or remember that time LeBron gassed us all up just to not do it?
Right now, I'm preliminary putting my name in the 2010 dunk contest Saturday night. LeBron James is saying that in 2010 in Dallas Stadium, primarily I'm putting my name in the dunk contest.
I was so disappointed as a kid. That gave me PTSD. And I mean, come on, man. We were robbed of that. Come on, Bron. I can't forgive you for that. And when I look at today's stars, I can't help but to imagine the possibilities. Zion, Ant-Man, Ja. Just imagine them throwing down in the dunk contest. I mean, there's still time. Ja hinted at the idea of doing it next year. Hopefully, I believe it when I see it. But with their athleticism, creativity, and power, they could have completely redefined the event for this generation. The dunks we could have seen could have been unreal. Then the word robbed started running through my mind, and I began to think about a few players who were flat out robbed of a dunk contest win in their respective years. Guys who, in my opinion, should have taken home that trophy. So hello YouTube, it's Armashadamas. Y'all can call me Armani, and I'm back with my second video. As you can see by the title, I'm going to talk about 3 players who, in my opinion, were robbed of winning the dunk contest. So pull up a chair, grab some snacks, and get your beverage of choice and enjoy. But before we get into this video is sponsored by FanDuel. But nah, for real though, help me out. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and then maybe we could possibly get a sponsorship. Please.
Fate of the universe on the line, or the Martians have the death beam pointed at Earth, you better hit it. I want Iguodala.
Andre Iguodala in 2006, live from Houston, Texas, was a dunk contest that doesn't get talked about as much as the others in the decade. But this one was packed with talent. You had Hakeem Warwick, a bright young star in Josh Smith, Andre Iguodala himself, and the eventual winner, Nate Robinson, who will go on to win the contest 2 more times, the most by any player, until recently when he was tied by Mac McClung, who the NBA keeps pulling from the G League to compete in the dunk contest. But nah, shout out to Mac McClung. He's out here making the dunk contest great again. Anyway, AI number 2 came out with some dunks showing his athleticism and power, but it felt like the crowd had already made up their mind about who they were pulling for. I mean, come on. Nate Robinson was 5'9", and the last player we seen close to that height was a 5'7" Spud Webb, who won the contest back in '86. To make it even more interesting, Nate wasn't even supposed to be here in the first place. He almost didn't get a chance to participate in the dunk contest because the league wasn't sure if he could dunk.
Because my year, when they were telling me I wasn't gonna be able to be in the dunk contest if I didn't get a dunk in the game. It was like, we don't know if you can dunk. I'm like, what do you mean? Because there's no social media. We didn't have none of that yet. It was off of, what you did in college. Oh, that's all college highlights. Like, we haven't seen you dunk in the league. So, I'd be in the game like, Coach, I need to get a dunk. I need to be in the dunk contest during the week. I'm like, can you put me in the game so I can get a dunk? I just need 1 dunk.
In the final round, both AI number 2 and Nate's dunks resulted in a tie, and they will have to go into a dunk-off to determine the winner. But in a dunk-off, it was tough to vote in favor of Nate. The creativity was there, a double between the legs, Nate, what was you on? and the anticipation was high, but he attempted to complete the dunk 14 times. After a while, the commentators was getting restless. They just wanted him to land a dunk. Meanwhile, the crowd was chanting his name, urging him on, and desperate for him to finally complete the dunk.
That's pretty good. That is pretty good.
So the judges awarded him with a 47, and with Iggy needing a 48 to win, he landed a reverse through the legs that had him hyped. He went to the sideline, dapping up some of the players, just to find out that the judges gave him a 46. The crowd started instantly booing. The commentators were disgusted. And just look at the reactions from AI and Kobe. They faces tell the whole story. But in the end, Iggy was robbed, man.
And number 2.
In 2011. You could even make the case for DeMar DeRozan with the stuff he was doing. But before he was known for getting clowned on Shaq and the Fool, JaVale McGee was showing his elevation and incredible wingspan with his dunks. But for this dunk contest, everybody came to see Blake Griffin, who was showing insane athleticism, jumping out the gym, and dunking on people on a nightly basis. And plus, he had home court advantage live from the Staples Center. McGee, though, came through showcasing some serious creativity throughout this contest. He dunked 2 balls on 2 rims at the same time, and we ain't never seen nothing like that before.
Yeah, this is my pick. That's your pick. Look, it took him a while, but this is impressive. That was good. That's a 10. Impressive. That's a 10.
Then he upped it and dunked 3 balls.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was crazy.
Blake Griffin, on the other hand, had the crowd in the palm of his hand. Just listen to him on his missed dunk attempt. Straight out the gate, Blake hit us with this. Like, come on, man. And having Kenny Smith as your hype man? Like, literally. And then later in the contest, Money threw a self-lob off the backboard, dunked it, stuck his arm in the rim, and held it on some Vince Carter shit. And now for the final round, and for a damn near 7-footer, it was very impressive watching JaVale pull off this dunk. I mean, a cradle rock going away from the basket, that was very impressive. Now here's where showmanship wins. A 2011 Kia gets rolled out onto the court, and let me just add, this contest was sponsored by Kia. And with Kenny Smith's crowd control, he brought out a choir like, what? While they were singing I Believe I Can Fly, Blake just goes and dunks over the hood. I repeat, the hood of the car. Like, come on, man. You couldn't tell me that JaVale McGee did not have the deck stacked against him from the start. Come on, man. And last but not least, as you can see by the thumbnail of this video, Aaron Gordon, the most infamous of them all. Not only was he robbed, he was robbed twice, in 2016 and in 2020. But let's start with 2016. Gordon went head-to-head with the defending champion Zach LaVine in what many still called one of the greatest dunk contests of all time. The dunks were insane, the creativity was on another level, and both guys were going back and forth in a dunk-off for the ages. And this dunk right here by Aaron Gordon was one of the greatest dunks I've ever seen. He cleared the Magic mascot and literally defied gravity. And here's where the judges, T-Mac, Iceman George Gervin, and the Kemi Mutombo, rest in peace, this is where they dropped the ball. They gave this dunk a
goddamn 47.
To make this dunk even crazier, just look at this photograph. He's literally sitting in the air, like sitting on the ball, like pause, but like I just can't explain. Like, what were the judges thinking? Like, listen to the crowd, listen to the commentators, and T-Mac, I don't know why you dancing because this shit is not funny, but that just goes to show you, man, like, he was robbed. And what followed that up was a LaVine between the legs from the free throw line that declared him the winner. And I ain't gonna lie, that was fire. Like, just look at the reactions of everybody.
Man, that is great. Man, yeah, I think Gordon knows he got that one.
That's because he got screwed on his scores.
Yeah.
Let's fast forward to 2020. Aaron Gordon is back in it again, and this time he's up against Derrick Jones Jr. Both guys threw down insane dunks, But Derrick Jones had this one dunk where he threw the ball off the backboard, jumped over somebody, and did a between the legs that had D Wade speechless.
Fella, that is an 11, and I'm going to say it like that. It's over.
Then Aaron Gordon hit us with a one-handed 360, similar to the one that he did in 2016 over the mascot on the hoverboard. But this time, Markelle Fultz threw the ball off the side of the backboard, and it was still crazy to watch.
Let's get it on. Let's get it on. That's what I'm talking about.
But it all came down to the last dunk, where Derrick Jones Jr. did a windmill just below the free throw line. Now, I'm not going to lie. It was nice. Don't get me wrong. But it earned him a 48. Then it was up to Aaron Gordon, who found the highest in the room. Taco Fall, who was literally the tallest player in the league at the time, standing at 7'6". And also, according to Reddit, he's the 67th tallest person in the world, which is wild. Aaron Gordon was able to dunk over him. He cleared him with no push off. He did not push off, only for the judges to award him with once again a
Goddamn 47.
And I'll just let the players' reaction tell the story.
Good. He lost?
Oh, that ain't right. That ain't right, man. Come on, man. This ain't right.
Boo.
Are you kidding me, man?
Boo. Boo.
This ain't right, man.
Boo.
This ain't right.
Boo. Boo.
Oh, this ain't right.
Boo. That's
Seriously, man, this
highway
ain't right.
robbery.
All I'm saying is, Aaron Gordon, you got to throw hands with D Wade, man. And I know you was like,
oh shit, here we go again.
And that's all, y'all. Thanks for spending some time with me. If you made it to the end of this video, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know if there are any other players you feel got robbed in the dunk contest. Let's talk about it in the comments. Also, check out my most recent video where I talk about the best trade deadline ever. And I also run a podcast with 3 of my homies. Check out our latest video. I'll put the link in the description. Until then, y'all be good.
What can I say? Mamba out.